So calf housing, there's a wide variety out there. You know, you've got your permanent sheds like the ones in the photos here. You've got your movable hutches, your igloos. Um, I think one of the things that was really apparent with the unit here is the consideration of the surfaces. So those two pictures there, they're actually of the same calf pen. And as you can see, they've got the steelwork on the side, concrete floor with drainage channels, but the attention to detail for the disinfection and the cleaning protocol is really outstanding. You know, making sure that pen is completely free of any organic matter, cleaned out, disinfected, and dry before restocking. But we know that's not always, you know, it's not always easy to have a setup like that on farm. You know, and the point of this whole webinar is it's not about getting people to change their whole housing system. It's to look at potentially ways of decreasing a risk. We've got the image on the top right there. Calves look happy, calves look fine, and you know they're bedded up well. From our perspective, you'd potentially come across issues with the corrugated, where it's rusting, where it might have some holes in there, and the timber clad in there. You know, behind that, in between the corrugated, it's an easy place for pathogens to hide and grow. And when you're disinfecting and cleaning, these sort of spots are easier to miss. You know, so things like parlour board, stock board, cladding, things like that, which can be cleaned and dry quickly as well, are really good materials. You know, so there's just a huge variety of options out there. You know, you get down to the bottom left there with a nice igloo, the stock board. You know, those things are a lot more maneuverable and easier to get in and out of to clean. And then the last thing with protocols for your calf pens, the feeding equipment. We see this sometimes being neglected and being forgotten slightly. I think any item that is used to either mix, transport, or feed a calf needs to be cleaned and disinfected between feedings. I'm trying to say to people, you know, think of your milk prep kitchen and feeding your calves. Think of them needing a food hygiene score. You know, the green box there, the Food Standards Agency one that you see on every restaurant and takeaway. You know, if you were to give your farmer a food hygiene score, honestly, what would it be? And I think that's quite a good place to start, and look at areas then that you can potentially raise that score.